Metal Up World, this is CJ with CJOrtiz.com and mentalmotivation.com. This is the first of a new 5-message series I'm doing on the power of transformation. Now, this is all shown in my Life Domination online coaching program, which is something you can learn more about if you visit the link below. The power of transformation. Transformation is an interesting word because it means to go from one form to another, right? Transform. To go from one form to another. Now, an old Greek word that was often used for transformation is the word metamorpho, from whence we get the word metamorphosis, to go from caterpillar to butterfly, which, again, an interesting thing to study. To see a caterpillar being a earthbound, has to crawl over every crevice, can't skip, can't run. It's about as earthbound as it gets to be a caterpillar. Then it goes through this transformation process where it hangs from the little branch and starts to spin itself a cocoon. It's in the cocoon for a period of time, and then once it comes out, it's no longer a caterpillar. It is now this beautiful monarch butterfly, and it goes from being completely earthbound to completely heavenbound. It is a radical transformation of form. You go from one form to another. Now, that's power, is it not? Is it not powerful to be transformed, to be changed from one form to another? Now, we're not going from human to something else. We're going from what we were, hopefully, to what we have the capacity or potential to be, and what the process is like to get there. Going back to the analogy of the caterpillar in the metamorphosis, that caterpillar, once he hangs from that little branch, literally dies in that cocoon and comes back as this other form. And there's a truth there. The religion talks about this. There's other things that talk about the death process, the dark night of the soul, this losing of one's previous life to be renewed, born again, sometimes is used in spiritual terms. But you can go through a personal transformation if you're willing to go through the process. Now, in order to do that, we have to first understand the basics of how we've come to be the way that we are, how we process things on a daily basis. Now, the only way we're really going to know who and what we are today and right now is by your actions and by your words. I can't see into your heart. I can't see into your mind. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what you sincerely believe. So I can only go on the words that come out of your mouth, and I can only go on the actions that you perform. It's the same thing if you were to analyze me. Now, I can't necessarily watch all of your actions, but I tend to hear or read more of what people say. Now, when you speak something, then your speaking reveals your beliefs, right? Your speaking is what reveals your beliefs, but your beliefs are the result of your thinking. Your thinking is the result of your knowledge, and your knowledge is the result of your source. So whatever it is you say is going to reveal what you ultimately believe. Whatever you say consistently, because you can mask some of the things and you can choose your words around certain people, but what you say continually, even when nobody else is around to listen, when you are talking to yourself, whatever you say continually is what's going to reveal your beliefs. But the source of your beliefs is going to be your thinking. The thinking is the end result of what your knowledge is, and your knowledge is the result of your source. So these are the things that make up the person that we are right now. So if we're going to transform, if we're going to change forms to go from negative to positive, for example, to go from someone who's just stumbling around to someone who has clear direction, to go from someone who's confused to someone who's walking in clarity, to go from someone who's lazy to someone who's active and achieving, to go through these transformations, we have to look at that 4-element process. What you say, right? What you believe, what you think, what you know, your source. These are the elements that go into making up who we are. And if we're going to change forms, we're going to have to change things in that process. So again, we got to look at what you're saying consistently. We got to look at what you're doing consistently, because these are the things which give testimony to what we are. These are the things which give testimony to what it is that we believe. And these are the things, therefore, that have to be changed if we're going to transform our life. So that's the power of transformation. But we begin with a simple starting point, and that is that you have already a resident capacity to be the full expression of what you have the potential to be. I've probably said that 1,000 times if I've said that once in my Life Domination coaching group. Okay, so you've got this resident potential, you've got this capacity. That's what creates the angst in you. That's what creates the frustration in you. If you had no capacity, if you had no power to be something more than you are right now, you would not be frustrated. The reason why you're frustrated is because deep down you know you have the power. Deep down you know you can be and do more than you're presently doing right now, right? You know that you could live a better life. You know that you could behave better. You know that you could think better. You know that you could have a better relationship, whatever it may be. You know that things could be vastly greater, and you're not there. You don't know how to get there. You don't know if you have the power to get there. You don't know if you're going to be consistent, or you have the discipline or the willpower enough to get there. And that's where the frustration comes from. So we have to deal with it at that foundational level and begin to change those aspects, your source, your knowledge, your thinking, your beliefs, and ultimately what you say and what you do. Does that make sense? Well, that's what I'm covering all this week in the Life Domination online coaching program. Like I said, I'd love for you to join if you'd like to see the rest of the videos in this week's series, as well as have access to the full archive of previous video series I've done in the Life Domination online coaching group. Then I encourage you to join today. It's very inexpensive, very easy to do. You can do the whole thing from your smartphone because it's all done in a private Facebook group, which I administrate, filled with other people just like you, positive people changing their life. So if you'd like to learn more, visit the link below, metalmotivation.com/Life Domination Coaching. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.